compatibility, you can go ahead and record. I did Mark, Oksana. I'll tape it for Lorraine. Fabio, I turned yours on if you want to turn yours on. Dawn, I got yours. Where is that? Really good, Roxy. Just watched the Jane channeling. It was fucking awesome. Awesome, thank you. Yay! Oh, good, 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 good. Yes, because it is.
Who's watching TV?
No, it's an ad on my channel, my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's an ad, and that just got on there. So that's like 5 cents. Depends on how many they get. Once they like start hitting over 1,000 per video, then they really the money starts to come in. You know.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not huge money. It's like 50 to 70 to $100 a month, depending on the month. But you know, it's passive frickin' income. You know.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's just there. Oh yeah, God, we're bringing in something tonight, but I don't know who it is.
I'm so excited.
That's Sly?
Well, no, Sly's going to come in, but I think it's someone else is going to be like the guest idea speaker. Yeah, I don't know. Someone we haven't met, maybe Tommy. I don't know.
Just have to let her rip.
Let her rip. Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
And greetings to you all. This is Ocyphius.
Ew.
Hello. So, Roxy's right. It's unknown. See, even in today's channeling, once again, she's getting used to week by week by week. She was unknown until she sat in the chair and she felt Jane, and she called out to Tom to hand the glasses because Jane likes to wear glasses so she can see. So in that idea, this is another moment of the unknown. See, she can feel it. And it is an experience for you all to start getting used to in and of itself. The idea of Jane speaking on the importance of vibration, of senses that give you reality. You feel a whole bunch of stuff around you, but you don't feel them because your senses are dulled and you really don't know what's available to you. But the more time you spend in allowance, those frequencies become more apparent. Those ideas start to show you that they're there. And they will be known telepathically first because that is your creation. You are that idea of feeling before thought. We translate it as telepathy because it comes in first in a vibration and then it's thought and then of course it senses down here. This experience is, let's say, the end of the line on how it all works as far as knowing what's coming. Or let's say, even better, what's available to come. So in that idea, Roxy is just sitting here and she all of a sudden feels the roulette wheel of a different, let's say, different vibrations spinning by her. That's coming online more and more because she's allowing more and more. So she felt an unknown. She couldn't place her finger on it because it's not a known idea. And in allowance, you guys are not important, let's say, putting importance on particular vibrations of knowing, of comfort, of value, of outcome, of accomplishment, of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever you want to label it. And truly, you couldn't see them feel them at all. Everyone just get up in the morning and this is what I am. Go back to what before you woke up. What's the first things you usually thought about? The day's events, yesterday's, what you have to do. What's the plan for the day? Thinking on frequencies your only tangible idea self-fractal was allowing because you didn't think there was any one thing else. That's it. This is your life. Sure, you played a little bit in dreamland or imagination, but they were still imagining ideas of known prospects of your experience from that now past. So in this idea, we'd like you to see now that more and more of you are allowing more shit to happen in your reality. That's good stuff, fun shit to play with, shiny things to exploit, explore, experience without effort, truly. And you just feel it. See, when you feel something new, what does humanity do? What am I supposed to do with it? What was that about? What was that dream about? And they bring the frequency of self into a containment field of wanting to know, which is a vibrational lack, which gives the mirror the repetition to continue your lack. This is always in play. Allowance. Don't need to know. Don't want to know. There's no purpose in knowing other than what's known in the now, and that known in the now is what you will give yourself the memory of knowing. It's a simple idea. It's so foreign, though. But the practicum, oh yes, the practicum. Oh yes, Roxy feels it right now. Here comes that vibration. Yeah, she felt it. The practicum is the allowance that you all are doing. More and more so. Give up. Give in. We'll say it over and over again. And then one day you won't need to hear it anymore, and then you'll be over there in your world, doing your thing, creating your idea of creation with bliss, with effortless, with the will of the unknown to see the possibilities that lie right on the edge of your framework at all times. Oh yes, truly. So in that idea, we shall bring in this next idea entity. Stand by. Oh, it's good to be back. Oh. Ah. Oh, it's been too long. I've been teaching. Oh, look at that. You guys are going to have to forgive me for a few minutes while I indulge. Yeah. It's been about a millennia or so since I've played here. I've been teaching in your future. Wow. Look at that. That is amazing. You know, you spend about 95,000 years in one lifetime in the fourth density, and then you do that for 33.3 million years on the average idea, and then you go to fifth density and you spend another frickin' shitload of time again, and the bliss and the joy keep you penetrating forward. Oh God, I can itch again. Oh God, that feels good. Oh, that's neat. Wow. The bliss and the joy of just moving forward with yourself. And then it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. You guys come a long way, haven't you? It's kind of weird because it seems to be a practicum in this idea. Octavia. Do you guys know what an Octavia is? Your solar system is made up of an Octavia. And Octavia is 8 densities. The first being that of atoms, molecules, vibrational light, just on the cusp of physicality. It is physical. It is 100%. But it's so small you can't see it. They've made drawings of it, but they can't see it with the naked eye yet. That good, anyway. But, you know, they're pretty spot on. So you go density, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. And in the 8th density, you coalesce yourself wholly again. But that's kind of changing anyway, because the logos of this idea solar system changes the game, because he's the logos of the game, which means he's the bringer of the game of this entire idea Octavia. Not only the solar system, but we're talking the central sun in your entire galaxy and galaxies and such, okay? So this might be a little bit educational for you if you guys want to look at it that way. And, you know, you go through your idea of your densities, 5th density. It seems around the 5th density, right at the end of the 5th density, everyone starts to, like, for some reason, want to experience, come back and co-create again in whatever way they can with physicality. Not 2D, not only 3D. Because 3D is so blissful, it's so fun. But, you know, the fractal wakes up to itself and it goes to the 4th density and it's evolving, goes to the 5th density and it's evolving. And it seems right before it goes to the 6th density and it's already understood the 5th really full. It goes, you know, I want to go back. I want to go back to the 3rd density. That's why you have so many wanderers here on this earth. You have well over 1 million right now on the earth, those wanderers. You guys know what wanderers are? Everyone good? Yes?
Yes.
Fabi, is that your name?
More or less, I guess they're just entities or people from the other dimension coming back here just to hang out, or no?
Yeah, you had to come down and play the game, right? But they've already been through the other previous densities, okay? So, but I'm not a wanderer. I'm not a wanderer because I would have come back in physicality. I'm a teacher. I teach.
Who are you?
Well, now that's the $1 million question, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, for all of us. Am I a wanderer?
Yeah, you're a wanderer. But I'm not a wanderer. So who am I?
Could I take a guess at who you are?
Oh, sure. See, we always love Ainsley because we watch Ainsley. We watch you through Roxy. We watch you, and you've got balls like Roxy.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you Raw?
Oh, no. Ra's a
Okay.
collective oversoul hanging out with us.
Okay.
Get what?
I guess most of the people in the room are wanderers.
Not all of them. Not all of them. They're cyclic lives, but there's a lot of wanderers. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, the importance of wanderers is not really that important. It's not. Not yet, D. We'll give it to you in a minute. Roxy's looking at it and going, holy shit. So give us a few minutes to let her coalesce this idea, right? So anyways, I teach densities to experience. See, you learn in experience, but you also get taught in experience if you choose to get taught in experience of a particular density. And let's say you want to learn about the 4th density, you choose an incarnation and you learn about it. But you can also learn about it from an idea of a fractal self that's not in the incarnation but has equality to the incarnation. And while your incarnation is going through your incarnation, you have split yourself in a way to become an idea of learning the 4th density through another self. So you save time. That's one way to do it. Yeah. So I teach those ideas of experientials of densities, of how densities work, and how to hone your skills in forgetfulness. And you are already those ideas. But see, the fractal's not. Now, does anyone here know what happens when the fractal chooses to go on? When you guys exit your earth plane, you go back home, you realize you wake up. Do you know that you continue? Does everyone know that?
That's what skills said.
Yes.
Yes. Say that again, Tom, right? Tom?
Well, skills said that we're all eternal.
Well, of course, yeah, absolutely. You guys are all eternal. So what happens is Oksana becomes an idea of awakening. She died or ascended this idea. Okay, either way, they're equal. There's no one greater or the other, so don't put any stipulations on that. So she coalesces her life and then she makes the decision. But see, she becomes the whole self. But see, that portion of Oksana never ends, ever. Ever. So the whole self is the whole self, but out of the whole self becomes the evolutionary fractal called Oksana. Oksana now has everything that the whole self has. All the wisdom and understanding and all the reflections and all the lives, a complete package of the soul memory complex. And then Oksana gets to choose whatever Oksana wants to do. So Oksana chooses to go to fourth density, and then she incarnates as whatever fourth density being. And just for clarity, we'll use a simple one, Essassani civilization. You go become an Essassani, but you're aware that you're an Essassani. See, the sentient self is always aware now. There's no more forgetting. So you have the self that's being the self, but you also have the self that's aware of the self, and that self is the same self, but you're multitasking. And what you do is you take that self that's not incarnated, but is, and you kind of become like what your higher self is to you now, the fractal and the whole self. Now you're the whole self of the whole self, but you also create an incarnation of yourself that is your exact same thoughts and experience simultaneously, sequentialtaneously with you, the higher self, who's learning and understanding at a different angle from another set of eyes. You guys following this? Everybody? Good?
I love that term, multitasking. That's great.
That's equatable. That's equatable. So in that idea, you move on with your, let's say, experience of fourth density, and then the fractal idea plays out the civilization, and you do spend about 32, 33 million years as the average lifespan of, let's say, playing in the fourth density to understand it wholly. You really understand it. Down here, maybe you'll spend like 1 million years in cycled lifetimes through 100 or 150,000 lives, whatever. But we're using time for clarity so you guys can get a grasp on what you are, but you really don't sense time the same way, and that's difficult to explain. So what do? We go and you understand, and we teach. We teach you guys how to understand, because you're waking up. You're always going to be waking up in that terms, but what you are is always evolving. But you're not learning as a chore or a task. You're learning to create yourself in furtherment of expansion for own self bliss. So you get skills, if you want to call that, that are given and understood through experience. And the gift is there's no judgment of the experience. Remember how you guys were judged all your life of experience? You fell off the bike and, oh, try again, you'll do better. And then you went to school and them fucking bitches graded you. They graded you. I got graded on my experience from an amnesic state of mind, and your dumb ass didn't teach it the way I wanted to learn. Oh, I got 2 words. Oh, well, number 1, fuck and you. You know, it's insane. I don't, yeah, but it's good to be a human, but you got to play the game. You got to forget. It's like, oh, I'm done. But it's really good to be back because the experiences of feeling what it is to be alive, to taste it, and feel the vibration of your voice, Feel this wind right here. See, I can feel. I feel. Oh, it's beautiful. And of course, fucking coffee. Coffee's been around a very long time. Oh, never. Oh, beautiful. Love it. So I teach those densities. Fourth and fifth density is my main focus on how those densities work and energetically. See, you guys are thinking to create, but you walk. Listen close. You walk without thinking. Okay? You learn to walk, but once you learn to walk, there was no longer a consideration for moving the foot. Okay? See, I want you to understand that absolutely no intentional will of the now. That is you creating yourself walking. You're not actually walking. You're giving self the illusion of creation to give yourself the experience of walking. Now that vibration right there, you can't feel because you're not thinking. So you don't feel it. When you think, you feel. That's deep shit. Let that one sink in. So you were forgotten, but now learning, remembering what it is to create from an energetic standpoint. See, Roxy, in her evolution, and we watch her on videotape, but it's live. We watch Roxy's energetic, let's say, transmissions. And we see how she wanted to create out of thin air and did the light encoded reality matrix. But what she missed in trying was that she was trying. You can't try with thought. You can't. Because what's behind thought? Feeling. What's behind feeling? Expression. What's behind expression? Will. The unintentional vibration that's always beaming from you. And what you do with the let's say, uncreated portion in your terms. Okay, it's already created, but it's just existing at a level you can't comprehend yet. So don't worry about that. So you get this uncreated vibration within your will, and then the will translates it into tangible idea, usable, experiential, illusionary factors in here on earth. Like the will created the cup. Roxy distorted it into the creation of the cup into a finite reality called a cup, okay, the vibration of light. So, but the idea is it's thinking that idea was created. How did she create this? She thought she wanted a Starbucks, so she got in the car and went to Starbucks. See, she didn't think about creating the car because the car was already there. See, that's the vibration. But to get the car, you have to think about getting the car and that idea. See, whatever you get, you've already created, but you had to think about it in order to get it. But it didn't think in that way of getting it. That's a little sticky, but we'll clear on that in a minute. So the cup stays here now, doesn't it? Until Roxy throws it away. All right? The shoes are in your closets, but they're not there until you go there. But see, you don't think they're not there. So your creative self knows that, and they're created with a vibration that you can't feel. You can't feel it. It's the will. That's where you're going to be taught on how to understand the creative value of the will and how to take that form and energize it like you're already doing it here. Now, who's doing it here? The higher self. Okay? The fractal gets the experience of the higher self and uses what the higher self already created for you to use. You don't have to think about the computer being there every second. You don't have to think about your hair being there every second, but it's created out of thin air, literally. Every now, everything is recreated in the moment, but you can't feel that. You can't feel that will. but you will. You will. And there's where you're going. There's where you're going with the unknown, like at the beginning of the idea conversation that we were having.
I guess it's kind of like if you turn out a bit serious or whatever it was, I could just make a cup appear in my hand or anyway, you could do that on Earth.
Yes, you can. Well, you are doing that on Earth. You are appearing it. Tom was asked just like it was in Sirius, and Sirius is a fifth dimensional, so you can actually create the illusion of something poof out of thin air. But you're doing that here. There it is. That just came out of thin air again and again and again and again and again. It's not the same fucking cup. Not the same cup. Not the same cup. Not the same cup. Not the same cup. Every movement is not the same cup. Okay? The will is creating that. You can't feel it. But at the beginning of the conversation, when we talked about the vibration that Roxy was feeling, that this unknown was coming in, is because she allows it. She allows it because that idea, bouncing off of what Jane just talked about, there's importance that you value would be creation, but you can't see the in idea, the unknown part that's very valuable, of course, because it's all valuable, very relevant, but it's not noticed. See, the noticeability factor is shut down with the thinking mind of importance, definition, framework. Following me? So when you see that idea of importance, you validate it, and you can't see what's out there, unknown. But the more you allow, these are the fun thoughts that come in. These were the thoughts you guys used when you were children and when your imagination, before you learned the self-reflection of punishment and reward. That's when pretty much your childhood shut down. Whenever that was introduced, punishment, reward, that's when you started thinking cognitively about how your actions were dependent on the acceptance of the mirror. Okay, so in that idea, that's when you were a child, you didn't think, you allowed, and you felt, and your imagination flowed in, and you spoke and did whatever was there. Whatever, you didn't care, and people looked at you, oh, big imagination, oh, so silly, okay? I hammer humanity and the forgetfulness idea, so my pardons if I'm a little abrupt with them, because the game, it's time for the game to end, and I'm so happy it's ending, because it's just more on that later. All right, so anyways, when you are allowing yourself to become more and more allowable in experiential unknowns, those allowable ideas introduce vibrations of unknown. With your quasi-mind coming online, with your 2/3 DNA being activated by the frequency you're allowing your body, etheric body, to run at, pinging off of those ideas, bringing those DNA attributes online, coalescing the idea of your quasi-mind to come online as well, you will have effortless interpretations of unknown, remembered in a lot of cases, unknown vibrations of experience to pursue in the idea of, let's say, allowing. All right, so go back and listen to that part. And it'll take a little bit to coalesce, but you'll get it. Yes, Dee, don't worry about it, baby. You got this. All right. And you get to experience creation. See, creation in and of itself. Okay, yeah. No, what thing? You know how people can move things with kinetic energy, like telekinesis? You know, you see them on YouTube and they're moving things with their energy and their thoughts and stuff like that. It's because they think strong enough, believe enough for it to happen. It does happen, but that's effort. But that's why you don't see it in the effortless fashion. See, the effortless fashion is actually willing it to happen without thinking. But all you've structured your entire life is to think before the action occurs. That's the triggering mechanism that you're so used to. And when you stop thinking and allowing, there's no interest in thinking again. Going back to that idea, Roxy just chimed in and said, yep, going back to that idea 33 fucking years ago, Bashar said it. You literally do not need to think on this planet. And that is the so beautiful truth. But it's a bitch not to think. But see, here's another aspect. What that we notice, because we teach fourth density beings, and within the construct of the fourth of the 3D ideas of habitual ideas. Okay, they're not inhibiting, but they are unlearned. Okay, so you think you need to in order to, and that becomes your habit. Those habits is what you're allowing not to occur anymore. And the only path that we found, the only one that we have found to translate to, there's other paths, but we can't translate them because the framework is not acceptable to those. The only path that we found that's translatable is allowance, is literal allowance. To really just stop, just fucking stop, because you are a machine of will. The framework that you allow in your reality is you all the time. The unknown framework that's constantly beckoning at the edge of your known framework is now let in when you get out of your way, when you stop thinking, when you allow the now, everything we've been teaching, okay? The speakers teach it. We use this on Venusia in your future, the 3D new Earth. Oh, God, yeah. So exciting. So that allowance, and we'll get to that one point we're going to make. That allowance triggers energies to be perceived. But the immediacy of the mind beckons in importance, triggers in importance, a causality, a meaning, a purpose that must be coalesced in its immediacy or it's wasted. And that's your fear factor, which is thinking. Okay? So when you're, let's say, messing with this ideas of an unknown idea, and you immediately put it over in this category to know that sends the vibration. So in allowance, you get the unknowns. Now, the disciple, which I have taught many disciples of mastery, okay? Mastery of evolving species, which you all are masters. That's why you're here. Allows yourself to allow the mind to run its course in its objective view on what to do with the unknown information you just perceived. You allow it to run again and again, and then you have no energy feeding the knowing idea of what to do with it. Then that allowance shows itself to you, the allowance of that unknown in its fullness. And it is many factors. It is knowledge, it is abilities, it is vibration of unknown and tangible idea usages of your evolution for yourself, okay? So when you get those vibrations, more and more that you will get, it is not something to be understood immediately. It will be in some fashions, it will not be in others. But that's no concern of yours, going back to the thinking habit. What am I supposed to do with this? Nothing. Nothing. You're still fractaled. Okay? Give yourself a break. Let it all come in. And you are magically pulled into it. You are willed into it. You have the mind of all minds. You have a third density, fourth density, fifth density capable mind. You don't have the same minds as other evolutionary. Evolutionary ideas create their mind in the fourth density, create their mind in the fifth density, out of the idea of the game they're playing. You have a mind that created in the third density that transcends to other densities. More later on the what happens higher, but you can't you can't put that in a category of understanding yet. So just say for these densities. So you keep the human experience mind. If you choose to do that, it's still a choice, okay? So, you're going to stay Oksana, like we said, D's going to stay D, but D's going to choose what D was going to do with herself. And if she chooses to fractalize herself and do an idea of a Sasani or another fourth density being, maybe a Hathor, it doesn't matter, okay? Yeah, Akume too, sure. So that's what your mind, okay, is capable of doing. And what this allowance does is it feeds it the will of the unknown, which only remembers. You cannot stop yourself from remembering when you don't try to remember. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to think about it. Don't try to distort it. Because the only source of distortion you have on any frequency that comes in is your past. Remember that. The only source of distortion you have. Distortion is taking frequency and bending it to a tangible idea of translation. Is what you were from the now past. All right, so that's what you got to let go. The disciple allows. The disciple allows. The disciple allows. And it comes to you magically. But now you guys are getting into really an umbrella idea. Look above you, have an umbrella. But that umbrella is decorated with shiny ideas, realities unknown that you get to play with. And your appetite builds more and more for that because you are allowing it. And it feels, not thinks, because the thinking mind's not present. It's over there doing something else. You let it run its course. But the allowable self allows those to come in and coalesce. And those shiny things become your focus. So what happens to the 3D energy of lack? It's no longer energized. So what happens is, sequentialtaneously, you lose this portion and you gain this portion in the same moment in total allowance in your nows to the best of your ability. Every now, do that because you're here. And you're not here because you didn't do that. You're here because you did do that. So it has to work because you're fucking talking to me. Okay? So in that idea, what is going to happen for all of you, the more you don't focus on your validations of energy called important, any fucking, what do you call them? Give me some references, Roxy. Bills, relationships, obligations, the typical shit that Sylvester's been talking about, okay? The things that keep you blinded. When you don't pay attention to those, they diminish, and your energy is what we've been calling fun, but we like the word intriguing, okay? Because you have earthly fun, but you have quasi-intriguing. So that's what you'll start to play with, and there's your energy. And we had mentioned this once before in one of the idea, we all get together to give Roxy her channeling some, whatever week it is. And seeing what happens when the fractal focuses on the idea of the unknown, and then in the quasi state of mind or in your imagination, that starts to become your fucking world. That starts to become your world. Now, I'm going to reference something, so stick to your britches here. You know how you walk without thinking to walk? When you are in this quasi state of mind up here, more and more hanging out with Ocyphius and Sylvester and all your higher selves and all your fractal selves, and having those conversations and becoming familiar with this reality to where it is your reality and you're not doubting it's just your fucking imagination, that becomes a reality that is perceived through these senses, as well as the equality of perceived through these senses called your earthbound senses. They become just two different focuses, okay? Then this idea reality becomes thoughtless. Just like you're walking. You'll do it without thinking. Roxy experienced that today. She experienced herself thinking about things that she thought she needed to think about. She was all jacked up today. She didn't know her time. She was all over the place. But see, then she realized she didn't miss anything, and everything that she thought was important showed her that it wasn't. It took care of itself, and she was dumbfounded. how creation could have worked without her literally thinking about it. So your 3D reality becomes the full bliss that it is right now, an experiential self, but there's no thinking involved. The will that it's always been is now present. And the thinking mind that transcends the idea of the now, the arc of the now, and expands it into a linear timeline is now no longer energizing that idea. And then you guys get to go through your reality as it's a roller coaster or a ride, and all you do is experience the moment without ever thinking. Then your focus on this unknown becomes your intriguing, and you start to remember, and we'll give you this term, learn what it is to be a forgotten God. Remembering is your first stage until you leave this, and then you start to coalesce what it is to be a fourth density being, if you choose to do that. And remember, you don't have to be in class all the time. You're going to go on vacations a lot. You're going to go and fuck around because it's space-time changed to time-space. So it means you go into any moment of time and you create that space. So you're all over the place sequentialtaneously. So you can spend a millennium and go into this time and spend a millennium, and they're two different timelines in your terms, but they're just two different spaces experienced in the now. That kind of idea. So that's where you're going. That's what's happening. Unknown proportions that can be coalesced by the idea of the self through the practicum of allow the now. So this experiential path that you all are taking and have chosen to join in on in this idea is leading you to an unknown being, an unknown human being that has not been experienced yet. That means you guys are the first with the opportunity to be that on earth. And we don't even know what it is yet. We're very excited about it. It's a God that creates on earth because you're not trying to escape from humanity or become ascended or become a master. There's no more thinking involved. So now you have the will within a 3D idea body with a non-egoic structure of will, the creation self of no intention, therefore no validating time, yet living in a third density idea body. I know you don't see what it means yet because it's not all there, but it's going to come and you will realize what you, Roxy's even going, what? You will realize what you have potentialed yourself into to experience. You will not lose the lackluster life you're living. Your life is blissful, but it truly is diminished by your senses when you bring your full senses online, and then you see the beauty of what it is to experience creation, vibration, and feeling before experiential translation by your senses. You will be more blissful as you are on a human than you think you are right now. Your happiness is fucking awesome. Yes, we know. But take that happiness and experience it through all your happiness times 1,000,000. And that's what you become on earth, experiential. You're going to be walking gods, if we can call it that. Is that right, Sly? You want to use that term? We like it. Walking gods, because you had day walkers. Yeah, you had day walkers. Now you're walking gods. We like that. You want to play with that one? Yeah, we'll do that. Walking gods. Do you guys like it?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Good. Oh, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, can you hang on? Because Roxy's got to pee, and I get to pee because you know how you relieve yourself? You're like, it's been a long time. Hang on.
I got to pee too.
Okay, pee break.
Pee break.
How does it feel to pee after 33 million years of being non-human?
Really good.
I bet.
Just like cheese. Wow. Yep. 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 Everybody back? Tracy, Roxy just read your comment. No, tell us again. Us again? What was that about, darling?
What is it?
Wanderer? Okay, she got the idea, Wanderer. You're good with that. All right, and that of Mark, is it right?
Yes.
What's your question?
God. Lackluster. Use the term lackluster, creating reality with the mind, and then, driving a car, walking, doing things that come naturally. It tends to have a lackluster feel, and I think that's so. When you're speaking about that next step, it's not that I don't disagree or disbelieve it. I'm having trouble imagining what it would be like creating without thinking about what you're creating, because that seems to bring the luster to life as a human.
No, the luster is the experience of what you think is creating. Okay, you're not thinking, the joy is not thinking about getting a car, the joy is driving the car. The joy is not thinking about getting a blowjob, the joy is getting a blowjob. It's the experience without the thinking to get that. That's time. That's what we're saying. The lackluster idea of, let's say, well, we idealize lackluster in this way. What you consider fun here on earth is lackluster in comparison to what you're going to be able to feel earth. Same actions, but no thinking involved. No time. No time. You'll live in time without experiencing the idea of time. We know you're having a hard time imagining that because you can't imagine it. You can think about it. Imagination is allowing. Imagination is seeing the house as it unfolds instead of seeing the house and then making it and decorating it and what you think the house should look like. Because that's pulling from a thinking resource of what your tangible idea, equatable pool of value, your references, your algorithm of what the house can be. That's the only way. Yes, Tracy, it's exactly like that. You flow through the life, you are on the ride, you get all of the experience plus the heightened sense of awareness of feeling before the thought of experience with your senses delayed in time come in. You get this full package of being a walking God. That's where it's going. And Roxy's like, holy shit.
Thank you.
Questions?
So I
anyone?
guess
Go ahead.
to explore this unknown even more and to be that, third density awake God. Just I guess the idea here is just to continue feeling and
That's how you got
feeling
here.
and yeah.
Keep going.
Feeling so just to go forward in this is just to feel your way through into these unknowns and
Yep. You
and just
feel
to
the
see
vibration. You feel it. Roxy felt an unknown vibration coming in. Me. So she didn't want to define it because she knows better to not try to figure it out before she tried to figure it out. Okay? But now she allows it to come. And then it comes as it is. And this is what it's coming as is. This is it. This is the vibration. This is the translation. Right? But she couldn't get this translation, this vibration, these words, this teaching, if she would have gotten her way and thought about it before it came in, because that would put the blinders up once again, and she would only be translating from what she thinks is real. And the thinking realness is the bullshit. The unknown is bliss. So you continue to do what you're doing, Ainsley. You just get the fuck out of your way, and it will come in exponential form because you got to this now to hear this idea. This idea is already coalescing within your vibrational vortex, and it becomes your natural state of being to not think.
Right.
But see, you think that you cannot not think because what would you do? And that is so minuscule. Let me tell you what you would do. Unknowns that are so beautiful, so exciting, so, let's say, unimaginable. You couldn't believe you've ever hesitated. You're like, why the fuck did I wait so long? Well, you didn't know any better, so relax. But you will have that feeling like, oh my fucking God, I've been fucking around with the shit for so long. But that's a blissful moment, truly. You following, Ains?
Yeah, that's perfect. And then for the in terms of your senses, when you said you'll feel bliss in a different way,
Yes.
you don't need to try it that either. For this new kind of sixth sense or whatever you call it,
because you're going to get develop. Come back online. Your DNA is going to bring back online to experience and translate within the constant fractal self the vibrations that are unknown to you through the five senses. The forgotten idea of telepathy exponentially. But telepathy is the stage one of it, so you can understand it, and it's going to evolve. Don't think, creation is just the senses of experience. It's the senses of experience, time of boundless ways to experience. Eyes and nose and ears and taste and sound, right? You've experienced that. You think that's all there is? How to experience? Oh, fuck no. But you got to get back to that. You got to start bringing those things back online. That's your ability of the DNA that you have encouched in you. You have that 2/3 DNA that's left to be activated. You have DNA that is like no other. That's why you're the unknown being. Make sense?
Yes.
From this now, we haven't seen how it plays out. How you guys become the gods that are full encompassing God, using all the idea tangible ways to experience, only allowable by you, but it's endless. You're the most limited, unlimited God. You don't have a paradigm here. Your paradigm is unlimited. Put it that way. You have the ability to become an unlimited God and coalesce it any way you want to here on earth forever. You don't even got to leave earth.
Thank you.
Yes. The idea Tom just said is ask the question if is it the crystalline body? Yes, that's the equatable term of the crystalline body coming online. It's a body that you can use as Roxy will stay Roxanne, this body, as long as she wants. Fourth density, fifth density, and beyond. She can take her physical body with her anywhere because that's the ability of the last 1/3 of the DNA to transcend densities within the idea of the apparency and physicality in different densities. If they choose it, you don't have to. You can choose it. See, fourth density and fifth density beings look at each other like you do, but it's in a vibrational light, and that's how they translate it as an idea of a solid thing. But it's not solid. Everyone knows it's not solid, but it looks solid for the sense of awareness of an identity across from you create with another entity. That's created fourth body density. See, that body can't go to third density. That body can't go to fifth density. Your body can. Make sense? Guys, make sense? Anybody?
Yeah.
A little nod?
Yes.
All right. Look at Roxanne, I'm doing what I need to stop. All right, Mark. Go ahead.
How come our bodies can, but the crystalline body can't?
No, it is the crystalline body that you're turning into.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's turning into, a vibration. Because see crystal right here? See the crystal ball over there? What the fuck am I pointing at like this for? Come on, Roxy. Roxy's going, oh yeah, point at the ball. Well, the camera's not facing there. All right. Yeah, there it is, Tommy. Move your chair. Move your chair. No, don't pick that bitch up. Roxy said that's a big, heavy thing. Move your chair. All right, see the ball? A little more. There it is. There it is. Go ahead, touch that. Bing it. Bing it. Make it noise. Oh yeah. Okay. See that? There you go. That's good. That thing's not solid. Crystal's vibrating at a light speed that's equatable to look solid and feel solid, but it's not solid. It's vibrating that fast. That's what the crystalline body becomes. Because it's a vibrational state. It's crystal. That's not solid. If all the senses is capable of is really to experience it and translate it as being solid, but it's not. See, this vibrational wall is solid because it has that frequency band of existence, but crystals are liquid. So that's what it's becoming, D. Make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, hang on. Dana, we know, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, actually, I'm going to take you because, Mark, you already had questions. Stand by. We love putting shit in order. Oh, it's good.
So the DNA that's becoming active in what kind of capacity is that happening? Like, is it just a natural occurrence? Is there
Yes. There's nothing for you to do. If this was a thinking game, you guys would have outthought this game 1 billion years ago. But it's not a thinking game; it's a non-thinking game. So as you become uncovered from your own blindness, your frequency naturally vibrates your entire etheric body as well as your physical body at a higher frequency rate. Waves run through you faster, right? So I think we did this once before, Sly said. So if your wave is this, all right, see the wave? Got it? And it's running through this strand of DNA. So it goes up and down, and this wave is very long. See the distance between the high and the low? Takes a long time to run all the way through. Now, imagine if your frequency was this. How many times is it going to ping off that DNA? A lot more. That's what activates it. Your frequency of yourself. That brings it online. That's the energetic plug. Following?
Yeah, you bet.
And it does it by itself because you guys allow. That's why this whole fucking game, once again, is effortless. Effortless, effortless, effortless. It is. It is. It is. We love it. All right. Now it's Mark again.
I think you might have answered my question. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning with vibrating, literally vibrating, and then felt like a fever without being hot, feverish conditions. And then my stomach got really hot. It released from my abdomen, and I was in this state of just pure anxiety, I guess is what I could call it. But I was just observing it. I was sitting there.
Good.
Well, this really kind of is painful and it sucks. I have a high pain tolerance, so I sat with it for about 3 hours and it passed. Is that what's happened?
No.
What happened?
Hang on. You experienced a vibration and it was painful?
The emotion was painful.
Ah, thank you. There it is.
At the end. No,
so
the vibration.
emotion, why was it painful? Anybody? Anyone answer that? Why was it painful?
Because he was thinking.
Bingo. You were trying to figure out what the fuck it was, because what was it in and of itself?
Sensation.
Well, it was sensation. Oh, yeah. But here's what it was. An unknown sensation. And what does humanity do as soon as they see something fucking unknown? What? Bad! Let's put a wall up. Let's figure it out. Let's think about it so we can defend against it. It might be this. It might be that. That's the reactionary self of yourself, Mark. Because it was unknown. And whenever the unknown comes into a fractalized mind, standing in a point of fear, you're going to defend against it until it's tolerated in an acceptable point to play with. As soon as you have enough defining definitions after you translate it to see if it's a threat or not, beneficial or not, that's when you play with it or reject it. Defend against it or leave it alone. But it's all done with the thinking mind of experience and taking that unknown and ramming it into a fucking category and making sure it's good enough for Mark. Get it?
Yeah. No,
You just let it go.
yeah.
You embrace the unknown. You embrace it. You give it a big fucking sloppy kiss and a hug and say, oh, it's unknown. Do it to me. Give it to me, because that vibrational state changes the mirror in its immediacy, because your approach to the moment. Al, I have time. Time, Al. Could you have a moment to approach it? You change your vibration, changes the mirror, and it comes in uninhibited. That's why you not think. Lorraine nailed it. You thought about it. Because you are not deserving of having the unknown. I want to be safe with Mark. Bullshit. You don't want to be safe with Mark, because that's why you're here. Because you're tired of fucking trying to maintain Mark. Ha!
Got that right.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Good shit.
It's kind
Makes
of like,
sense?
it's kind of like, yes, it's, and I really heard you talk about humanity and the whole forgetfulness experiment. It's kind of like a YouTube clip where you watch this series and at some point you go, you know what, this is just the same bullshit going on over and over. And,
It is. That's
and
why we're excited about being here now, because we get to help you guys choose in a way that you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
This is so fucking unknown right now, because this hasn't happened yet. Get it? That's where you are. You're so in the unknown because none of this is played out. This is not the shit. That's the repeats. That's the whole other fucking world. We're excited to be here now because we get to fucking play with some unknown allowing gods ready to be themselves again. That's exciting shit. Yes, Lorraine.
I'm sorry.
Hang on, Ainsley. We got you. Go ahead.
No
Nothing
worries.
else. Oh, she talking?
No, go ahead, baby. Go.
It flew out of my head. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm not going to think about it. Ainsley
Perfect.
can go.
Go ahead, Ainsley.
Are you sure, babe?
Go. Don't give her a reason to
Okay.
think.
Okay. So yeah, this has been cool to jam with in my head. So it's like, you said active, and you're activating DNA, and active is like action. It's like vibrational action. Like it just happens. Like it's
Yes.
You're already active. So okay. And then like there's unknown, which is cool because it's like you're
Unknown.
like, yeah, it's like your mind is like knowing the what is, or like the what you've always kind of been from the past, like you say, but then the unknowing it is like is the new sort of territory we're heading into, and
Sort of.
which is the not thinking, and it's
Yes.
just so that's just really cool.
You see, it just came back down to this whole idea is, oh yeah, this all does work, doesn't it? Because you had some frequency in there. You were trying to figure it out, and as you talked it out by allowing it to come as it is, then you realized, oh, okay, this shit makes sense now. Got it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Lorraine, did it come back?
Yes. So it's about, you spoke about coming from our future to teach us, right?
I am in a future of humanity called Venusians, teaching them.
So then if you're in the future, right?
I am in a future, yes. I'm not in your future. What was that?
Is it so okay, that's why I was wondering, you said that we were getting ready to experience something that hasn't been experienced before.
That hasn't happened yet.
Right. And you said it was on, like you don't even know.
Because I choose not to know.
No. Okay, that's what I didn't understand.
Bingo. Yep. I choose not to know because there's no reason to see the end of the show. I can go to that space-time and time-space and peek in and take a look. No reason to. Then I would sell myself short of experience of watching you evolve. Right? Open the book and read the last page. Okay. Then you can figure out all the rest with your intuition because you wrote the book. That's no fun. You read the fucking book. You take the drive.
Yeah, I'm reading some books. I'm understanding why. Yeah, why a lot of my questions haven't been answered. You know, and I started to reveal to me more and more and more. You know, about that unwrapping the gifts. You know.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
I know. I feel like you were with me, like spying on me today. I mean, I just was hitting the crystal ball. I was playing with that. I listened to a raw, one that Roxy had done, and she was speaking of Hathors and and we spoke of this before about using tones and the crystal and the tones.
Yes.
Breaking up stones and whatever, healing with the crystals and tones and things like that. And I did that literally right before when I got on here. I was playing with the cat that I still intend on working with, healing with.
We love it. Wonderful synchronicities. Just let's say a status quo in your life now. Synchronicities will be mind-blowing for a while, and then you'll be as like you're walking. They're always going to be there. That's going to be what life is all the time. And then you get to allow the experience of life is mind-blowing synchronicities all the time, but then you get the next sense of awareness. You add in your idea of feeling awareness of experience. Following? Next question, if there is any.
I have one.
Hey, Dawn, how?
It's not even really a question. It's just a comment. And when you said the book, looking at the back page, why would you want to do that? And it just clicked for me. I thought, why would you want to do that? Why are we not just sitting here in the now, enjoying it and watching this whole thing play out? And it just brought this real freedom. I thought, holy shit, why am I rushing anything? This is epic. Let's sit here and watch this show go, because this is fucking awesome.
And that is why you are here now, is because what you were to allow that. That is the moment of your understanding. Do you understand what I said? You just allowed yourself to become what you already knew you have always been, the now.
Thank you.
Fucking A. We take donations. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Some of you already paid for the class. We know. All right. Questions? Anybody?
I guess as we awaken to ourselves, we'll remember more like the way I get.
So has Roxy coalesced who you are?
Not yet. Hang on real quick. Tommy's asking a question. Repeat it. As you awaken more to your true nature, okay.
I will continue to remember more
of course, yes. That's a great point. We continue to remember more that you've always been. Yes. Okay. I'm going to give you 2 degrees of understanding here. The 1 degree is when you fractalize and die. This is one aspect. Look at this as one idea right over here, okay? Let's stay focused on that. So consider yourself going to die, okay? In the physical death on Earth, whatever it is, however you choose the exoplanet, matters not. Then you go back and you do experience the coalescing moment of this lifetime in experience. But none of you will want to come back because you got it, okay? You may want to come back just to experience how easy it is to be a human on Earth that forgotten from this generation forward. Sure, it's like, but you won't really want to play the game again like you have been, because you know you can do it. You had a very, very strong appetite to keep coming back to experience the different parts of limitation. But once you know it, it's like an old toy, okay? You just don't want to fucking play with it anymore. You may fractalize to come back, but it will not be D. It will not be Oksana. It will not be Lorraine. It will not be the fractal behind the eyes that fractals. It'll be another portion of you if you choose that, okay? So don't worry about that. So in that idea, that's one idea of coalescing. And you remember who you are. You remember everything. Everything. You are the higher self. And then you say, okay, fractal again. But the higher self is always there. But you do have a fractal. And the fractal is the higher self, you. But this time you realized you're a fractal. That's why this self never ends. So the gift is for this self to continue because this self knows it's God. The other selves didn't. So they became the whole and fractaled again and became the whole and became different personalities on and off and on and off and on and off and coalesced. But there's awareness in this sentient self that's different than all the other fractals that you've ever played. There's a difference. And that difference is ongoing as opposed to coalescing and repeating. So this is ongoing now. So your now option is if you die, you don't stop the idea of yourself. Because there's no reason to coalesce the life and understand it and play it out. If you want to, you can, but you don't have that same appetite. You just die or you ascend, one of the two. And you wake up and go, okay, I am God, yeah. It's not so, holy shit, I'm fucking God. It's not that anymore. Because you know too much now. You have a vibrational truth in you that cannot be denied. So on your idea of departure, the departure in and of itself is going to be different because of your awareness of who you are. A. And B, what happens when you get up there, okay, there's going to be an understanding and a knowing that this fractal doesn't change, doesn't leave, doesn't, let's say, coalesce and become the idea of itself again in a different definition. You stay, oh God, yes, Roxy, that's it. Roxy just figured it out. She just saw the answer she's been seeking for about 2 fucking years now. Awesome. Only took 2 years, she saw. Ha! 2 years. That's it. There's no time. She understands that. So this idea doesn't stop. Ainsley does not stop. Okay? So let's look at Ainsley's, one of Ainsley last night. You remember John Ainsley?
Yes.
Okay. So when John died, John became the whole self again. Okay? But John became, oh, I'm always been God. So John was like wearing a Friday night outfit. The fractal wore a Friday night outfit, or the whole self rather, too, wore a Friday night outfit called John. And then John went home and the whole self took off the outfit of John and coalesced and understood because it was always knowing it's the whole self. Make sense? You guys sticking with me on this? Little sticky, we know. But now, through awareness of what you are, with the validation that you've said it, understood it, and remembered it that you can't unremember, then this fractal doesn't become the idea of taking off the outfit anymore. Everyone stays who you are forever. Everyone takes this fractal forever. You are already the whole self. Okay? So imagine, if you will, you have a chair over there. That chair is occupied by a vibration, an entity. That's you. And you have a chair over there. And that entity is, that chair is being occupied. Okay? And that chair is focusing on this life and this experience, all from the whole self. But now you're this experience here. This experience doesn't become the whole again in that idea of going back again. This one stays here and says, oh, I am God. I go play forever now. Difference. Part of the game. So now you really want to love yourself, don't you? You really want to.
Okay, I have a question on that one.
Oh God, here comes the thinking mind.
So what? Okay,
Go ahead, baby.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear. Oh, yeah, we hear you. Go ahead,
You're
baby.
cutting
Go.
up, Roxy. I can't hear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hi. Can you guys hear me? Ainsley, can you hear me? Okay, everyone's nodding. It's you, Don. Move into a different room.
Is this me cutting up like that?
Yes.
Okay, what happened there?
Okay, now we can hear you fine. Go ahead.
Okay, it was good. So I came down as a fractal, but because I now am realizing I'm God, I will no longer be a fractal. I'm now becoming the true God of who I am, and I'll go play.
Yep.
Cool.
But you have other selves as the whole self. But you don't pay attention to them because they're other creations of you, the whole. The oversoul kind of idea, but it's really not an oversoul. That was a term used. That was one of our definitions that we coalesced and idealized as a teaching tool to help you understand your evolution of the self. But see, here's what's constant: change. So all truths are truth in the moment. That's a law. Know it. Change is constant. So with that, the oversoul, now you are not the oversoul, you are the whole self of the individual singularity that is unimaginable how big you are. But you don't say, that was a cool ride. I'm God all the time. So let me go and find an incarnation and forget myself again. And your last identity is coalesced within you. But you don't miss it. It's not dead. It is you. But the difference is, since the fractal forgot and remembered that you are God, when you know that in your hearts, and obviously you do know that, or once again, you're not in this fucking class, then this fractal doesn't have to go home. This fractal is home. God, I am so good. I fucking I know, right? Everyone's like big fucking applause. Yes! That was fucking rocking. It was.
I'm a little bit dumbfounded right now.
We want you to be dumbfounded. We want to bend and snap that logical shit in your mind. Listen, logic is going to play a great game in your life, but logic became the reliability of your life. That's what we're loosening and letting go of to coalesce the two minds into one mind, and you get these synchronicities of the mind being one, not attributing the polarities of the mind that you've been doing for all your life and your other lives. Make sense?
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
Dana's next. Go,
Okay.
Dana.
So is this kind of like we're doing a super expansion from the edge kind of deal?
That's fucking perfect way. We just got your whole picture. Perfect.
We're just continuing to move out.
This is why we say it happens faster and faster when you get the fuck out of your way, exponentially.
Yeah.
It happens as a momentum idea. It will be a rolling down the hill, gaining speed until you're back into your nows. The nows are the fastest things ever.
So our fractal being here expands into its wholeness.
Yep.
Any other fractals that come from our wholeness are doing the same thing and moving out.
There.
Yeah.
If they're in forgetfulness and they didn't choose to understand to wake up, they couldn't get to that idea of self-understanding. Every fractal has a probability of that. But if their choices were not that, then they don't become the idea of continuation of that fractal upon death. They become, oh, I'm God, my whole self. That's the difference.
Right. And at this point, it's unknown on what we've actually expanded into, but
yes,
say for instance,
we don't know what you guys are yet. We're excited to see what happens here.
Yeah. And yeah, so just for an example's sake, we could be sending out our own fractals at this point of expansion and creating new worlds. And
sure, you can be doing that, but I mean that's going to be more likely in an idea of a future idea, because what you're going to do, guys, is you're going to experience this fractal as a human that just became a god and go and play in the endless fucking universe.
Right. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you're going to go and visit and get that idea out of the way. You know when you all win the lottery? None of you have won that yet, have you? Anyone? No. Okay. The best idea is when you win the lottery, when you guys do, if you do on this lifetime, take 10%, 20%, doesn't matter how much, whatever's the right number, and go fucking blow it. Just spend it. I mean, I don't give a go buy the most gaudiest, dumbass shit. Buy New York lunch. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Spend it. That's the same thing you'll do when you wake up and realize that you're fucking God fully. You'll go and play with all the shit you've always wanted to do. Go and visit, teleport, transport, do all the shit. Go and meet the Arcturians and the Society, everything. You'll go, woohoo! We're here. That's the highest probability. But see, we don't know that yet because we haven't experienced it with you guys yet.
Yeah.
We don't know what you guys are going to do. It's going to be exciting now. But most likely you're going to go, oh, cool, I want to meet a Zeta. Okay, give me a reptilian. Agartha, let's go. Garden Groves? What is it? No, not Garden Groves. Gaia's Groves. That's where the unicorn dance. You know, and the fairies play and the pixies fly. So that kind of idea. You're going to go and experience that. And they're going to go, fuck, a walking god. We have to spread that around a little bit. So, you know, well, I have to, oh, look, walking gods. Okay. Cool. Who won $28? Good job, Mark. That's abundance. Good job, baby.
Just getting started.
Oh, yeah. Let it flow.
I have a quick question. If there's this idea that I have in my mind that everything that is, and it's all already been created, and when we're in the now, we just plug into that and let it flow.
Yep.
How is it that everything's been created, but there's this amazing stuff we're doing that we don't know of yet?
Because we haven't focused in on that now.
But it exists.
Of course. Because everything exists now. It's just the focus of the individual singularity to see that portion of the unknown creation.
Does anybody know about that unknown creation?
Oh, yeah. Someone knows about all the unknowns.
Who is that?
No, let's say the whole.
What's that?
The whole.
The whole.
But see, the unknown creation is endless. So if you want to put it in time, no. But all creation is known from one perspective of the now. But see, that's how you have to understand how time is. There's no time in the now. So you can say all the creation is known, but all the creation is unknown, and it goes forever. But when you start to think about time, that'll put a monkey in your wrench. What? Roxy? I know. Monkey wrench in your works. There it is.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So we're expanding, but that already exists. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Bashar reflected at one time as a tangible, translatable visionary of humanity, and to say that the now in all of creation is perfectly still, and it all exists, and all you do is go to a particular now to view it. How about that? That may offer a little bit more clarity. It's still not time, Roxy. Roxy's going, okay, who the fuck are you?
Is that the idea of like the one particle kind of?
Yeah, you can use that, one particle. Because see, there is no particle. There is no space. There is no time. There is only the creation of that in the illusionary idea of experience. See, we don't exist in space. There's no space. We create space for an experience out of existence. Roxy fucking loved that one. She was like watching it come in. She's like, holy shit, that's cool. Oh, yeah. A lot of golden nuggets in this one.
Holy crow. I am not going to sleep tonight. I'm going to be sitting here vibrating and just smiling.
Tracy, is there just one awakening lifetime? Does that make sense? Is there one awakening lifetime for the fractal? Yes, but the higher self can fractalize again. But it will not be the idea of you. Yes, I should have been. Got it. Yeah, I thought you got it. We're reading you. Very good. Stop thinking about it, Rox. She's fucking wanting to know. Oh, we're fucking with her. Of course it happened in perfect time. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Cool. All right, there's that fish pond thing tonight Roxy was reminding everybody of. So you guys can go to that if you want to go and hang out there. What's that? Well, they're having fun here. Yeah. You guys having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, to recap, you have a vibration, that umbrella. It's unknown. Embrace it. Okay? You don't have to necessarily follow it. You follow the exponential shiny things here on earth in effortless action. You allow the shiny things to come in and present. The silver platter, Ocyphius has been saying since he first was introduced. Life is presented on a silver platter. All your menial ideas, and I'll use that term because they are fucking menial, of your fears about what's going to happen in the future will be solutionized in a manner of exponential, unknown bliss, that you will be beside yourself to see how all of your problems are solved in the now of perfection with no effort from you. You don't focus on those more and more, and you allow yourself to fun in the unknown, allow, coalesce, quasi-mind coming online. And those understandings is the world that I teach, the understandings of the forgotten self. Okay, not how to handle the 3D fear. That was the classes to get to here. Now you're in the next class. So in that idea, you're understanding, you're developing, remembering the feeling of the will, the creative factor that creates everything around you that you are doing. Everything you see, touch, smell is you creating without this thinking mind. Very good, Dee. Nice look around. Oh, that was beautiful. That idea, that appetite of the mind, need no longer give homage to. Put it aside, let it, let's say, have its little tantrum in the corner. You can acknowledge it, but you guys are past that. Yeah, let me go and play with the fun thing. Let me go and do that. You're graduated from that. Allow it to run its course. Observe it. Do whatever you want to do. You have every teaching through Sylvester and through that idea. Oh, that's who you are, you son of a bitch. That was Roxy. Okay, so in that idea, you allow yourself to, let's say, let go of those ideas. Okay, they become less important, less relevant, all relevant, but not relevant in the idea of materializing and energizing anymore. You don't want to fuck with it, leave it alone. Then the unknown comes. Patience in the now. You've done that, otherwise you're here. Now you're going to feel more of those vibrations. That umbrella that sits above you, that trinkles in little tiny shiny things for you to feel. And the quasi-mind comes online. And the quasi-mind starts to coalesce. And thoughts start to come. Now, the disciple does not try to figure out that idea, does not try to make it purposeful, does not try to give it meaning, does not try to add time to it. It allows it. And then it becomes an automatic wisdom. But now the fractal mind realizes the understanding of it in its wholeness, its usages, its remembrance, its abilities, its capabilities. It's all coming. And the disciples that are in this class allowed themselves the idea to be that. So we know it's not needed, but good fucking job. Fucking A.
It just seems so natural. It seems so.
Oh, damn!
It just, like, yeah, is a natural flow into into beings.
Good. Well, we're going to get out of here.
Love it.
I am Akashika. I am this universe. The entire thing.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. That's who I am. Greetings.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Roxy was, holy shit, you bastard. Oh, yeah, that's funny. All right, guys.
Oh,
I'm
thank
going to
you.
bring Miss Roxy back, and we'll see you in the next now.
Come back again.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
why would I not?
Oh yeah, you
I
know
just-
she's anyway.
Love you, Kashika.
Yeah, the name was given by the idea of the probabilities, and humanity chose this idea. Akashic Records is Akashica Universe.
Oh.
I am the Akashika.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
The
welcome,
holders.
guys.
Wow.
Thank you.
Love you.
I love you.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
get Roxy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Fuck, Roxy. Jeez.
Holy shit, Rox!
That was
Roxy. Wow.
God!
That was
fucking hell. Oh, wow.
yeah, that was insane.
Wow, that was wild.
That was wild. Holy shit.
I don't know
Amazing.
how I'm going to sleep tonight. I do not know how I'm going to sleep tonight.
Neither do I, Mark. Holy shit.
I, unfreaking believable. Jeez.
Oh my God, we gotta post this one somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Put it on your site. Go for it.
Yeah, I think I gotta put this up on. It's got to go on YouTube because this is just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
The hair
Wow.
is standing up all over my
Oh
body.
my God.
Yeah.
It just dawned on me that I had to be in complete allowance to allow this unknown and not judge it, to allow more of the unknown to come through. I could not put the brakes on this. I didn't want to. I wasn't scared, and that's why it came through. I see it now. God, it comes without anybody trying. You're still on my thunder, baby. Oksana, what's the fish pond? Okay. I will tell you that. I see that the whole experience of allowing the unknown to come through and just channel whatever's in the now has allowed this to come. I see it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because it was so unreal. And especially when he told me who he was, I was like, fuck. And I was like, okay.
And that was, he had to, or Akashika had to leave that to the end. Had to. There was no giving it away. It was just like feeding it to us, feeding it.
Oh my God.
It was amazing.
Hey, Oksana, the Fish Pond is a Zoom group that's going on right now like this for channelers. And here, 505-383 383-7834. That's the room number.
Okay,
I just put it in the thing. So write it down because when I hang up, the chat's gone. Unless you download the chat. Anyways. Oh, yeah, the chat goes into your computer. So you all guys can go to the Fish Pond. Holy shit. I'm going to download this, and I am going to upload this. I've got to put this because I'm just, wow.
What an honor to be present for this. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it, Dee? What an honor. Oh.
It was just, the information was so quick.
Well, and it took like all these ideas that I've had floating in my head my whole freaking life that kind of get it on the edge of being blown away, but not quite grasping it enough to know. And then, like, you know, just listening to that was fucking sending me. Like, I just, oh my God. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Roxy. Oh, wow.
See, thank you, because you guys got to come to this class. I had the idea of doing this, and because you guys came here and did this with me, we got to experience that. So thank you guys. Or had I just been talking to myself the whole time. Oh my God. All right, I'm going to take a break. I think I'll go into the fish pond after I have a cigarette and get a little bit of coffee. Guys, thank you so much. And if you need me, email me.
Love you, girl.
Call me.
Love you.
Guys.
Love you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody. Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Hi, thank you so much. That was amazing.
Awesome.